This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Orally for instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips. www.oraleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby Heavy Equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial, construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and hoist training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows. The stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.
WFXG Fox 54's Reagan Landau reports the Aiken Department of Public Safety needs your help tracking down the black female and two black males who they say were involved in an early morning cash grab at two separate Walmarts. The trio you see on your screen entered the Whiskey Road location Tuesday, September 22nd at about 4:45 a.m. They headed to the electronics section where they forced open the register and took out cash. About an hour later, the same group entered the Walmart on Richland, clearing out the electronics register there as well. The suspects were last seen getting into a dark in color four-door vehicle, possibly a Nissan Altima. If you know anything that could help lead to an arrest, please contact Crime Stoppers of the Midlands at 888-CRIME-SC. That's 888-274-6372. Or in Georgia, that number may not work, so we urge you to contact the police directly. If they do a press release that says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will remain anonymous and will be paid. On Tuesday, September 22nd, 2015, at approximately 05:19 hours, Richmond County Sheriff's deputies responded to the intersection of Lumpkin Road and Old McDuffie Road in reference to a body in the road. Upon arrival, deputies discovered a deceased black male in the road with a gunshot wound. The Richmond County coroner made the scene, and the investigation is in its beginning phases. There are no suspects as of last press release. If you think you know how this suspect may be found, please call the police. If a press release says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will be paid. WFXG Fox 54's Reagan Landau reports suspects they used a cloned credit card in Grovetown. The Columbia County Sheriff's Department needs your help tracking down the two black females they say used a cloned debit card in Grovetown. The suspects used the victim's card numbers in Augusta on August 30th at a Texas Roadhouse restaurant and at a Murphy Express gas station near the Grovetown Walmart on August 31st. According to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, the suspects are two black females possibly driving a silver or gray in color Nissan. In earlier reports on Crime Reports and Rewards, you saw how people can hold something that looks like a wallet near your back pocket or purse and read right through the leather and fabric or what have you and get your credit card numbers. This is what we call card cloning. You will never know that all of your money has been stolen from your accounts that are in those cards until you try to use it and you find your money is gone. You will still have your cards and you may not know that everything's gone until something doesn't work or a check bounces or your card says insufficient funds. If you know how police may find these two black females, please let them know. If they do a press release that says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will be paid.
Credit card theft has been made easy with new technology such as RFID chips. Here's a report on how to protect yourself from this new technology.
We cut the cord on the phone, unplug the internet cable, program new TVs with Wi-Fi, and pay tolls with small windshield transmitters. Radio waves are everywhere. Now this, a wireless hotel room key.
Radio frequency technology.
Orlando's Peabody Resort is steeped in tradition, its signature ducks an icon of her rich history. Yet behind the front desk, this historic hotel's a trendsetter, using new, next-generation wireless keys.
You just wave it in front of it like a magic wand and the door magically opens for you.
The card and the door share information through thin air. Guests just have to get close to open the door.
It's much more secure. There is no ability to be able to duplicate that card.
It's proof. Everything is going wireless. But not everyone's wild about the wireless frontier.
It's a privacy nightmare.
Walt Augustinowitz is the guy who warned us that new wireless credit cards, like the ones with this logo, are easily hacked.
And there's your MasterCard number.
He rigged up a portable scanner, and when he got near people's wallets, Walt could read their credit card numbers.
That's actually your Amex, probably an Amex Blue.
Now, Walt says he's found an even bigger breach. He says thieves don't need a scanner anymore, and they don't even need to be anywhere near you to steal a credit card number from a wireless card. How's that? Cell phones.
There's an antenna behind here.
Certain new phones contain something called NFC, Near Field Communication.
The app that makes your phone your wallet.
It's the innovation behind services like Google Wallet. With Google Wallet, you can pay with your phone. It stores account numbers, then transmits them to cash registers on demand.
You lock Google Wallet with a PIN, so it's more secure than a physical wallet.
But Walt twisted the technology.
Put this over, and that's how you pay.
He's figured out that when there's a phone with NFC near a wireless credit card, the phone can secretly pull account numbers.
One makes the other completely dangerous.
Yes, your phone could be stealing your credit card number. A hacker can pull off the heist by remote. Lazy, but lucrative pickpocketing.
It'll actually scan the credit card and secretly send off the data to an email address anywhere in the world.
An infected phone could really go to work in a crowd. The screen could be blank, but in the background, the virus is scanning for credit card numbers.
You've got mail.
You're going to have a person on the other end watching their email box just fill up with credit card information without ever having to get near you, being a world away.
Even more alarming is how easily hackers could infiltrate our phones. Walt worries we could unknowingly grant them access in an app. Say a tempting new game is free, so you snag it. But what you've really installed is a credit card stealing virus on your phone.
From the minute they downloaded it, whether they played it or not, it's sitting there looking for these credit cards.
For all the convenience and wonder of wireless technology, Walt says this is the downside, having to keep up with crooks. So he recommends exchanging wireless credit cards for old-fashioned ones, and for cellular users, downloading what he has.
Virus protection.
On your phone.
On my phone. Yeah, I have a smartphone. It's a mini computer.
Right now, there are 322 million cellular phones in use in the U.S., but only a sliver of the wireless population carries the protection of virus software. If Walt's right, the rest might be leaving a virtual playground for criminals wide open.
Anywhere where you store your personal information, they're going to be looking to get in.
Good morning, YouTubers and preppers. This morning is Memorial Day 2012. Happy Memorial Day. And I'm going to be messing with the wife's and I's credit cards this morning, debit cards. Ours, since we're on the East Coast, are by PNC. They're virtual wallet cards. And what we want to do is disable that, the Visa PayWave. Basically has a little RFID chip inside here that you just wave your card next to the register and it picks it on up. And it's a security problem, and it's also a pain in the butt because we always like actually using them as debit cards. Whenever you scan it, especially at Wawa, for people who know what Wawa is, usually runs always as credit, so we're going to disable it. This is the wife's card. She doesn't use it as much. And if we can look right here, you're going to see a little reflection right about there. It's a little indentation right by where I'm moving my finger. It's actually right above the unless, come on, focus. The unless sign. See, as I turn, I'll hit by the light. You see how it reflects right there? That's the little chip embedded in the plastic. There you go, there's a good photo. Now my card, I've already just etched around. This way you get a general idea where it is on the PNC virtual wallet cards. My camera does not want to cooperate with me this morning. There we go. So that's the general area on this card. But any card that either has the PayWave or the little line symbol right here means you have it. So look on the back of your card for that crazy little reflection right there, and that's it. So we're gonna go to Wawa, go get our morning coffee. I'm going to scan it once with credit just to show how it works, and then I'm going to go back over to the coffee counter. I'm going to poke a hole right through that little spot, and then we're going to go back. I guess I'll go buy a candy bar or something like that. We'll try it again, show you that it's actually disabled. It doesn't work anymore. The strip will still work, so you can still run through a regular machine just like a regular old credit card. It just won't pick up through radio waves anymore, which is good. So let's go get dressed and go hit the Wawa and get coffee. Okay, here's how it works normally. Blink. Went through good. Okay, now I got the hole punched through, a little chip. Nothing. So, which means I gotta use the card now. You see, the strip still works. Okay, now we're home from Wawa. I can show you exactly what I did. All I did was take regular handheld razor blade, push right through that little square I had originally, push through both sides. You get a little crack when you actually bust through the chip, and you just clean out the stuff inside of it. And then just smooth it back out. And as you saw, the second time I tried using it, it didn't work. So I had to use the magnetic strip, which is exactly what I want.
Augusta Chronicle reports an Associated Press report out of Smyrna, Georgia, where police are searching for a suspect who shot a woman in the mouth during a robbery outside a shopping center in Cobb County, just outside Atlanta. Police say a woman was robbed and shot outside the Sports Authority store at Acres Mill in the Cumberland area of the county around 9 p.m. Monday. WSB-TV reports that police were searching for the suspect who ran from the scene. CBS 46 reports that investigators were focusing on a gray-in-color Volkswagen, which had a large amount of blood on the backside of the vehicle. Then down in the comments section of the Augusta Chronicle, which is always my favorite part of the paper, Grouse says, "Guns, guns," to which Flippa replies, "If you know how police may find this gun that has sprouted legs and is running around shooting people, please call the press because we gotta see this." If a press release says a gun sprouted legs and is running around shooting people, it will be a first, so let's not worry about any criminals because it's all the gun's fault, right? Well, as you can imagine, Grouse, with his comment of guns, guns, got voted down several times. I think he got voted down like 20 times or something. And Flippa, who was talking about a gun sprouting legs, got voted up 8 times. And there were only 5 commenters on this particular story. So if you want to see something funny, just go to Augusta Chronicle's comment section and read what the commenters say about the news releases Augusta Chronicle does. If you think you know where or how police may find the shooter, please call the police. If they do a press release that says a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will be paid. A viewer reports house got broken into last month. They kicked a panel out of my back door, then reached up and unlocked the door. I came home for a lunch break and I think I might have scared them off. Nothing taken but a bowl of change and a bottle of pain pills. A lady that works at a store near me said her sister and cousin also got broke into in my neighborhood. You really can't go accusing people, but the suspects are neighbors of her cousin. My roommate mentored one of these punks and lent him money to fix his truck so he could get a decent job. So far, all he is doing is selling meth. He got involved with an older woman and supposedly they're both breaking into homes in the area. What do you do when you suspect someone? I want them prosecuted on case number 29222. The break-ins are off Peach Orchard Road area, Nellie Drive, Vera Drive, in broad daylight. Broad daylight break-ins with doors kicked in or damaged. To which Crime Reports and Rewards replied, "It's tough to call the cops on people you care about, but leaving them out on the street to die from the rat poison drugs going around nowadays is even worse. If you know how these suspects may be found, please call the police. If a press release says a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest and you're the tipster, you will be paid. Do you have a crime you want on Crime Reports and Rewards? Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page, like us, and follow us so you can post the crime you want publicized on our page. Then if the bad guys aren't caught by our offering a reward for their arrest by the next edition of Crime Reports and Rewards, you and your friends can watch it over the air at 16.1 or Comcast 103, WOW 151, Charter 96, and other local channels. Then you can go to our Facebook page to comment on the crime, drop us tips as to who you think it might be, and post comments on how we can best catch these bad guys who are committing all these crimes. Your efforts have already paid off, as crime since our show began many years back has dropped by about 30%. And now, Sergeant Michael Shane McDaniel of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office says that even homicides are down from this time last year. So keep it up, Augusta. Bad guys just hate the fact their best friends, family, and others can get paid a cash reward for turning them in when they steal, kill, and destroy.
Let's face it, folks, crime can strike at any time, and we have to do all we can to make ourselves and our homes a safer place. Quit just talking about it and just go ahead and do it. Please, go down to your local Humane Society and adopt a good watchdog. For around $100, you get the dog that has already been fixed, had all its shots, with an ID chip in every dog. I prefer a big dog with a big bark. Crooks will not usually hit the house with the aggressive bark behind the door. Just think, a good watchdog might just be the right move for you in these very dangerous times of crimes.
911. I just broke into a house and the owner came home.
You broke into a house?
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know.
Okay, so are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you with...
I think they have guns.
Okay, where are you?
I don't know.
You have no clue where you are.
The Augusta Chronicle reports about $1,500 worth of electronics were stolen Tuesday from an Augusta home. About 8 p.m., deputies responded to the 2900 block of Shelby Drive after a 27-year-old woman came home and found her residence ransacked, according to an incident report from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. The victim told deputies a $700 television, $400 computer, and a $400 PlayStation were stolen. No suspect information was provided, and officers said fingerprint tests were negative. Anyone with information can contact the Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1000. If they do a press release saying that a crime reports and rewards tip led to an arrest or recovery of all of these items, and you're the crime reports and rewards tipster, you will be paid. The jail reports AugustaCrime.com reports the white male you see on your screen is wanted after a high-speed chase in Hepzibah. Hepzibah police need your help in finding Jonathan Allen Newman, who is wanted for a high-speed chase that took place last Thursday. Newman was traveling 79 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone last Thursday night when Hepzibah police officer Scott Huff attempted to stop him. But Newman refused to stop and fled from Huff's blue lights and sirens. Entering downtown, Newman traveled at speeds greater than 85 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone, past other motorists in a no passing zone on a 2-lane road, disregarded a stop sign before crashing the car he was driving into a ditch. Newman then left the scene of the crash on foot. The Hepzibah Police Department says Newman is wanted on the following charges: felony fleeing and attempting, eluding a police officer, speeding, reckless driving, improper passing, failure to stop for a stop sign, and leaving the scene of an accident. If you know how to find Newman, please call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1000. If you are a Crime Reports and Rewards viewer and you tell them you're a Crime Reports and Rewards tipster, and they do a press release saying a Crime Reports and Rewards tip led to an arrest, and if you're the tipster, you will be paid. This is just one of the reasons sitting duck roadblocks are going to become a thing of the past. The weapon that you see can be held in your hand, carried by one or two people, set up in seconds, pointed at a roadblock, and blow up an entire police car full of automatic weapons and rounds. Let's stop drunks as they're coming out of the bars. This is where the shootings and the fighting and the stealing and the backstabbing and the planning and the conspiracies are being hatched. Let's not set our guys out to be sitting ducks at roadblocks to be hit like this. Almost anybody, cartels, gangs, anybody can get a hold of weapons like this nowadays. And as we mentioned, they can be held in the palm of a terrorist.
It's been almost 2 years since L.C. Burroughs' family has heard from him. September 26, 2013 was like any other day for the Jenkins County salvage yard owner. He drove into town, had breakfast before heading back home. After that, no one is sure what happened. According to Mr. Burroughs' family members, his truck was found on the property with the door wide open and the keys still in the ignition. His daughters believe something happened to him on his property the day he disappeared because people had been stealing car parts from his junkyard for years. There still aren't any answers, only more questions. The loved ones of L.C. Burroughs refuse to give up hope and pray that the community can give them some kind of closure. If you have any information about the disappearance of L.C. Burroughs, there's a $20,000 reward. Simply call the Jenkins County Sheriff's Department at 478-982-4211 or the Georgia Bureau of Investigation at 912-871-1121. You can remain anonymous and you will get paid. This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Orally for instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips. www.oraleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby Heavy Equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial, construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and horse training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows. Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by WBEK Channel 16. Crime Reports and Rewards is a production of Michael's Media. You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.